Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Mimeograph Monday with a Twist. And I'm going to be using the new, well it's not new, it's in the mini catalog, but it's Filled with Happiness. So it's only been out for a little bit and it is so cute, and it's another one that you can color. So and I hadn't even played with it yet, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So if you are new, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and then that way you don't miss out on anything. I will actually be watching the live premiere with you, so I'm in the chat room, so you can see it off to the side. So if you have any questions or any comments or whatever, please head on over to the chat. If you're watching the replay, then please leave a comment below, and then YouTube will let me know that you left a comment or you have a question, and then I can reach out to you. If there's ever anything you want me to show, please let me know, because I love suggestions. It makes it a little easier to come up with things, right? If you say, oh, I'd like to see, maybe a tool or something that's in the catalog that you're confused about or whatever, just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera for just a minute and get adjusted. So close your eyes for a second. So the stamp set that I'm going to be using today is the Filled with Happiness, and it is just so cute. And it does have a coordinating punch. Now, the last I looked, the punch, you couldn't get the punch right now. It was on back order. It might be available when you're watching the video, but if not, just keep checking back. But you can do both of these cards without the punch if you want. So don't feel like, you're stuck not being able to do these if you don't have the punch. I will use the punch because that's how it was done in the catalog. But like I said, you don't necessarily have to use the punch. All right, so what I did was I'm going to do this card right here, and it's actually a note card size. So a note card is 3.5 by 5, so it's smaller than a normal size card. And then I got my recipe. So you can get my recipe, they're recipes. They're not my recipe, but you can get the recipes on my blog over here. If you just go to the top of my blog, you'll see current catalogs. Click on that, and it will open up another page, and you can get the catalogs for the main catalog, as well as the mini catalog I'm showing here, and Celebration. Now keep in mind that I only have those recipes there while the things are current. So if there's something you want, you're going to want to make sure you, make sure you get it now, so you have that information, because like I said, once the catalog retires or whatever, then those recipes will be gone. All right. So we're going to be using I'm going to make a little note card. Now even though the note cards are smaller, I still put them in a regular size envelope. I don't know, because I don't know if they would get lost in the mail, but I just would rather the post office have a little bit bigger of an envelope to run it through their sorting machines. All right, so this paper right here, this designer series paper, is the Delightfully Eclectic. Now, keep in mind, till the end of February, this has been added as a celebration reward. So this is an awesome pack of designer series paper, and so make sure you grab some of that before the end of February. All right, and then I'm just using basic white. So we want this one here, and I have my little one I'm looking at off the side here. All right, so we have our little one. We are using the Memento, and this is if you are new, I have put my refill in an empty craft white pad, and you can see a video in regards to that. So if you're looking at my big pad and go, well, that doesn't look like my Memento pad, that's what it is. All right, and I just have marked it as such. All right, so we have our little stamp over here. Well, I shouldn't say little, it's a good size stamp. And I'm just going to ink it up really good. Now I'm going to be doing 2 projects today. So the first one is the catalog version, and then I'll do a twist. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this pretty much in the center here. And I'm just trying to look at those 2 dots on the side to get it straight. Okay. And then I want to stamp another one on here, but I just need the center. I just need the lemons because I'm going to punch them out. So these are the ones that I'll color. And they used the watercolor pencils. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of time to dry before I get to doing my card. All right, so while that's drying, let's come over to our designer series paper, and we're just going to put this on the bubblegum cardstock. And it was cut a little different than I'm used to, because usually you know, I want my borders to be all the way even around, and this one was not. It had a little wider on the top and the bottom, which is, you know, totally fine. All right, so let's bring our little oval over, and I'm going to take the punch, and I'm just going to go ahead and punch it out before I color it. And all we have to do is line it up, just kind of eyeball it. Looks pretty good. All right. And they used the watercolor pencils, so these are the ones they used. They used from assortment 1, the pink and the daffodil. And let me show you how I have mine. Oh, here they are. So we have 2 assortments. We have assortment 1 and assortment 2, and then I just put them in an empty clear case. These are the cases that the stamp sets come in. And I just cut that out of the catalog, and I just put it in there so I know which pencils go in which box. All right, so they have used pink and daffodil for assorted 1, and then coastal from assorted 2. And but this one, the pink actually says fresh freesia. So when they were doing the recipe, they must have had the old box, because I know some of the colors got changed or whatever, so we had the names were proper, so I think that's why it said pink. All right, so I'm simply going to color with the watercolor pencils. And growing up, we call these pencil crayons, so every once in a while I will say that, and then someone will say, that's not a crayon. So I have to learn to not say that, but that's what we called them. All right, so there's our cute little lemons, and then our freesia are the little flowers. But this is a fun one because it's great. It's a great size for coloring. It's not too big, it's not too small. And then the leaves are coastal, so it gives them like a bluish green color, which goes really cute with that bubble bath cardstock. Okay, one more. All right, there we go. So let's bring this over. Now this is going to go on here with some dimensionals. So it pops off of there. And I've been practicing with my pick tool, taking the back off the dimensional, so I'm getting a little bit better. I think I just need to take my time. I think I was going too fast before. All right, now this simply will get glued over here, And you just want to make sure you don't cover any of the letters. All right, very simple. All right, now this gets dimensional on as well. We're also going to use some bling. And what's fun is the bling they used is actually my goodies for the month of February. And that is the rainbow adhesive dots. All right, so this goes on here. And even this was a little odd shape as well. It had a little bit more on the top and the bottom. All right, so let's bring these over. So these are the cute little rainbow adhesive back dots that we're using. And they're super cute. All right. So just put one, and we're just covering these little black dots here. So I love this idea because it makes it look like these little dots are actually keeping this cardstock on, like they were the glue or whatever. All right, so that is so simple, so quick. So this is the catalog version, and I didn't put anything on the inside. All right, so now let's go to the twist. So the twist is, I changed the size. I wanted to have a regular size card. I wanted to, I used the same designer series paper, but I used one of the different patterns. I also used basic white as my card base. Hang on a minute, let me get this folded. I did the regular one. Usually I do the thick. I don't know why I did the regular one. All right, there we go. So we have our card base. And then I picked some different cardstocks to back it that I'm going to use for coloring. So I also did one for the inside. Let's do this before I get gluing though. So I have this, so it has a little bit of time to dry. All right, so this also is a little smaller. Let me get the measurements to this. So this one is a little bit smaller. And this is 3 by 3.5, where this one was 3 by 4, just so you can kind of get an idea. All right, so this is 3 by 3.5. All right. So let's bring this over here. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp our little lemons in the center here. And again, I'm just using those little dots kind of as a guide. Okay, then I want a second one, just like before. Now you could, if you can't get the punch, this card is super cute. Both cards are, you don't have to punch that out. But I am, just because of the catalog one, I did like that idea. Okay. And then, oh, I'm going to punch it out so it doesn't have to be in the center. So I'll let that sit and dry a little bit, and then we can glue parts of our cards together, just so that stuff has a little bit of time to dry, because this time I'm going to color with the blend. So I like it to dry a little bit. All right, so this is the inside of the card. So I'm just going to put a little bit of designer series paper on the bottom, you know me. Now this, I could even put it along, I'm going to put this one along the side here. My one I did earlier, I did it on the bottom, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. And then I always just kind of leave them plain, unless I know what I'm making the card for, a certain subject. What am I trying to say? Like a birthday or something. But otherwise I leave it plain, because usually I use these as thank you cards for orders. And then I just put a post-it note, so then the person that gets the card can use the card themselves. So that's another reason why I usually don't put anything on there. All right. So I'm going to wait to glue these. I think that's probably good enough and dried enough for me to start coloring. All right, so like I said, I'm going to use the blends this time. And I'm going to take, let me punch this out. Let's just get that punched out. That way it's all ready to be put on the card. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can color. All right, so we have our pretty little lemons. Now you could make these oranges if you want. I'm going to keep them lemons because of the color of the cardstock that I picked, but they could be oranges, really. All right, so this is Light Pool Party. Now, Pool Party is one of those colors that's weird. It doesn't really show up very good on the camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little shadow just here and there around my lemon. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me hold that up. So you can kind of see it roughly, that little bit of a pool party around there. Then I'm going to take the Light Lemon Lolly, and we're going to color our lemons in with Lemon Lolly. And I did pick Lemon Lolly cardstock as well. Just a pretty, really light yellow. Then I'm going to take Dark Daffodil, because I want there to be a definite shadow line on my lemons, and I'm going to put a couple little dots. There's these little dots on the lemons, and I'm just going to put these on. And really, you know, now that I'm looking at these, they probably are oranges just because of the shape. Just because of the shape, right? They probably are an orange. But I'm making them be lemons because that's what Stampin' Up did for the first one. All right. Then I'm going to take my dark bubble bath, because we have bubble bath in that DSP. And since these flowers are small, I'm just doing them with one color and not do, you know, the light and the dark, just because it's small. Then for my leaves, I'm going to take Light Lemon Lime Twist. I also used Lemon Lime Twist cardstock. And we'll do our leaves. And I'm coloring them all in. And just like I changed colors on the lemons or our oranges, but we're calling them lemons. All right, I'm going to go with dark Old Olive. So just like I changed, so I wanted that definite change of, you know, dark when I went with the lemon lime and then the daffodil. I'm going to do the same thing with the Old Olive. So I'm just going to take, and 1/2 of the leaves, I'm going to put some Old Olive. Just like that. And it's just going to be so cute with that stark darkness. Plus, using that dark makes that lighter green just pop. Plus, the DSP is kind of like that too. It's got some darker and some lighter. So I kind of wanted to play off the Designer Series paper a little bit. All right, so let's bring this over. We're going to do the same thing as we did before. We're going to take some dimensionals and put this on. I just love how this turned out, and I have fun when you know, I do my my videos, and then I'll find my favorite ones, and I'm like, okay, and then I'll sit and I'll cut like a whole bunch, and I will sit and make the same card like a bunch of times so that I have them, you know, for my top 10 or thank you cards or whatever I need them for. All right, so there, we're gonna stick that on there like that. Okay, so let's bring this over. So now we have our pretty DSP. You could use the stripes as well, but I'm using the pretty flowers. Then we're going to glue this to our lemon lolly. Okay, and then I want to put this on with dimensionals as well. Now this is smaller. I didn't want to just have a bunch of layers of the same size, basically. So what I did was I cut this a little smaller so that the you know, the lemon, whatchamacallit, you know, basically this design kind of had a good shape all the way around, right? Like it almost fits in there perfectly. If I had it so it fit in here, then it would have been too long on the top. So what I decided was I'm going to add a ribbon on the bottom. So I'm going to move this up towards the top, and I'm just going to make it have kind of the same, you know, it might not be identical on each side there. Okay. And then the ribbon I chose was, this is from the sheer ribbon combo. And it comes, so you get the pink, you get the blue, and then you get the lemon lime. So I'm choosing, so that's what's fun about these faux bows that I do. All right, so we're going to do a faux bow. So we have our pink, and where's my ribbon scissors? Here we go. So we have our pink, and then we have our lemon. And do the same thing, and then you can decide which one you're going to wrap, which one you're going to tie on. It's totally up to you. All right, then we're going to put our ribbon on with dimensionals, and you can see I rewrapped these on a spool so that they were coming off the right side of the spool. It's too loose, but hey, it works. All right, so this is going to go on here just like this. So this is one of those faux bows that I do all the time, but usually I wrap the same color around. Let me get some tape, a little bit of Scotch tape there, but usually I just wrap the same ribbon on there, but this time I'm going to take a different ribbon, and we're going to wrap this around and tie it with a knot. And what's fun is the person that gets your card, if they're a stamper, if they're not, they might not notice. But if they're a stamper, they might go, now how in the heck did they get a yellow ribbon on the end of that pink bow? All right, so that's what's fun about the faux bow. You can do that with other, you know, other ribbons as well. Okay, so let me get my glue dots. And this is that lemon lime twist. So we're going to just put this on. And since I have that ribbon back there, we're going to use some glue dots to stick this on. Okay. And then I'm going to put this on with dimensional. So there's a lot of dimension going on with this card. So this might be one you'll have to put extra postage on when you mail it. Or it might be a nice one that you meet your friend for lunch and you hand her the card. All right, so let's bring our card over. Make sure I'm putting it the right way there. And that looks pretty good. Cute, cute. I'm going to use the same embellishments as we did before, just because they're adorable. This time, I'm going to use, just to be different than the other one, I'm going to use one of these light ones, and then that will bring the attention to this pool party here. Okay. So there's that one. All right, so let me show you. So here's the one I did earlier. So you can see the difference. So I did just the pink ones here. So here's the blue ones, you know, just to show a difference. And then on the inside, I put this paper down here. And on the one I did just now, I put the paper along the side. So, you know, you can decide which you like best. But here is the catalog version. And then here is my twist. So you've got a note card size, and then this is a regular size card. So they're not tons different in size, but you know, I always like to make it, you know, be a regular size card. All right, so let me say, see you later, alligator. And I always show Jeff, I'm always like, catalog, my version. And most often, you know, he picks mine. And I like when he goes, and a lot of times he'll go, because, you know, because this one has a color or whatever. So this time he was like, you colored the lemons better. So Jeff took art in school as well. So he sees things with that artistic eye like I do. But anyways, all right, so let me know what you think. Like I said, if you have anything that you want me to show or whatever, I still have some requests to do from the mini catalog. I had to get, I didn't have all the stamp sets that people requested. So anyways, but I will see you tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays, and I'm going to show a nice, it's a fun watercolored blueberry, and it's such a pretty card, so I thought I would share that with you. And so yeah, so that will be at 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye for now.